Hi everyone, it's Melissa here from Unlock Your Money Blocks. I've had a few DMs this week with people asking me, how can I help them to stop procrastinating? Procrastination in business is a massive thing and it can really stop us from achieving the biggest goal that we have with our businesses, and that is making money. That's the end result that we want from it, because we need to pay our bills, we need to buy food, we want to have money to be able to enjoy ourselves, go on travel and holidays, all those sorts of things. So procrastination can hit us all, and it can be certain times, or you can move through it, but it's when you really get stuck in procrastination, it becomes a massive problem, and it becomes a real regular occurrence in your life, and it just becomes a real right pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I mean, it's something that can really stop you from achieving all those things that you really want to do in business, and the biggest one is scaling your income. So with procrastination, you'll start with avoidance, and avoiding anything that you really don't want to do in your business. And you do anything to avoid, anything possible to avoid doing tasks, even starting a task. And quite often it's a task that you consciously know it's not going to take you long, but it's when the subconscious kicks in, and then you start to self-sabotage yourself and tell yourself every reason, in the book why you shouldn't actually start whatever the task is. So if you're not sure what self-sabotage is, it's when we actively or passively take steps to actually prevent ourselves from reaching the goals and finishing the tasks that we need to do. So the reasons that we self-sabotage, there's many different reasons that we can self-sabotage. Saying that fast is making me jump over my words. But the real common ones are that we lack self-worth. That's a really big one, because when we don't feel like we're worthy of being successful in business and making income and becoming wealthy women from our businesses, our self-worth, if it's lacking, will really kick in, and that's when the self-sabotage comes in, and we'll hold ourselves back as much as possible from actually achieving what we really want. So another one is fearing failure, and we all know what that's like, but it's also fearing success. So you can fear of failing in business, but you can also be really scared and fearful of actually achieving those goals that you really want to. So just for say you set yourself a goal of an income of $10,000 a month, and then all of a sudden you're starting to creep up there, and you've made 5,000 and you get to 7,000 and you're feeling really good, and then the fear will start to kick in because you're reaching the bar that you've set yourself, and the self-doubt and the self-sabotage starts to kick in, and that's when you start to procrastinate and you hold yourself back from doing those tasks so that you're not actually going to achieve the goal that you've set yourself. We also want to blame something else. So I wasn't going to be able to achieve that amount of income per month anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Another one is that we want to control everything in our business, and we're not able to allow ease and flow and enjoyment in what we're doing. So we try and control absolutely everything. And we actually do all of that from ego and not from a heart-centered place. So does that all sound familiar to you? I mean, it does to me. I have been through it all, and I have managed to overcome a lot of it already. And, you know, I've got tools and techniques that I jump into if I even feel the slightest hint of procrastination starting to grab me any time that I'm looking at working towards my goals in business. So I was also asked, like, when we work together, how do I actually help you with procrastination? So the first thing to do is to find what the root cause is. So what is the thing that's triggering you to make you procrastinate? And what causes the self-sabotage that leads to procrastination? So I help you work through your beliefs around money mainly, but it's not only money. It can be around love, it can be around health, it can be around family, previous careers, friendships. You know, there's many different areas that can actually come into it. So you might be looking at a money block here, but the layers that are underneath it might have something to do with you when you were a child, and something that was said to you about not being able to do something or not being able to have a certain toy. And the perception that you had when you were a little kid, didn't know how to handle it. So you've suppressed that emotion down there. And then when you start to get up towards your goals, that's when the self-doubt kicks in, and that's when the procrastination starts happening and all of that. That's because you've been triggered from a previous event that's happened in life. So it's a limiting belief. So we look at both positive and negative, though, because it can not only be the negative that can affect you, because sometimes the positive beliefs you have are affecting you because the negative limiting belief underneath has more pull on it. And it's making this positive belief feel like it's just too hard to reach or too far away from my grasp. So there's always a connection in there somehow. And that's the beauty of the way that I work with kinesiology and mindset success coaching, is that I can find out what the priority stress is around it, what emotions there are, what age that things happen to you that's caused you to have these triggers, and what age the original actual situation that made you suppress that emotion down. So we can look at all those sorts of things. We can see who's involved, what, you know, was it something that was said, something that was done to me, something that I saw. There's so many different layers that we can actually dig into and find out what the actual soul belief is right at the bottom, and we were able to clear that out. The most important step, though, is to actually give these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions, beliefs, we have to acknowledge them, but we then give them permission to be able to release them, because we don't need them anymore. We've learnt from them, we've looked at them, we've acknowledged that that's been part of our journey. Okay, now it's time for you to leave, and I'm moving on to my more positive mindset, my more positive beliefs and behaviors. Then it's about you building trust and appreciation in your abilities. Trust and appreciation in being confident, feeling confident about being online, being seen, being able to speak your truth, being able to be heard, many different areas. It's also about having focus and clear thinking, because when you start procrastinating, your brain can get all foggy and it can become very muddled, and you don't have that clarity and ability to make plans and tackle those tasks that you keep putting off. And then we work on creating that ideal work-life balance with you, because that's a really important thing too, because us women, we tend to get stuck into, we've got to do everything for everyone, we put ourselves last, and we procrastinate in our business so badly because we're worried about what other people are thinking. We're worried that they're going to judge us. We're worried that they're going to reject us. There's many different things that come into it. So we work on building your own trust and appreciation in yourself, building your confidence, boosting your confidence so that you are working from a really high vibration, you're feeling confident, you are vibrating in a really high energy level so that what you're putting out to the universe comes back to you tenfold. And we work with ease and flow, love, happiness, joy, gratitude, all of those wonderful, wonderful positive emotions that we all want to be feeling. So when you're starting to feel relaxed and happy, you're able to enjoy each day as it comes, you find it a lot easier to be able to do those tasks that you were procrastinating on. And you find that if you do those tasks first and then set yourself something else that you really enjoy doing afterwards, it's like that pleasure and reward. So you do the bit you really don't like, but then I'm rewarded by being able to do the part that I really enjoy. So if any of that resonates with you and you feel like you really need some help in getting stuck in and finding out what those triggers are, send me a DM. You can drop a comment below. You can click the link below in the description, book a strategy call. We can have just a really easygoing chat, find out where you are at, find out where you want to be, what your really outrageous income is that you want to be earning sooner rather than later. And I can let you know if you're a good fit to how I work and if we can, a good fit to work together, because that's really, really important that we have a good energy exchange, as well as me being able to help you and guide you into that, trusting yourself fully, being confident of yourself, fully appreciating everything that you already know inside, but have been too afraid to actually bring forth. So I love working with female entrepreneurs because I'm one too, and I've been where you are right now, and I got sick of chasing my tail, and I felt like that hamster on the wheel just going round and round and round at full pace, and I was getting nowhere. And I reached out to a couple of different people, and they helped me to overcome what I was struggling with. And then that gave me the insight to look further into how I actually work with the brain and repatterning the thoughts and opening up the pathways, because when we procrastinate and get stressed, the pathways in our brain that send all the messages through and give us the clarity and focus and confidence to be able to do the things we need to do in business, they become foggy and blocked. It's a bit like when you go down a road and there's roadworks, there's a sign there. I help you take that sign out the way, so you've got a clear pathway into your brain and out of your brain. So you've got that clarity and focus, mental focus and clarity just, comes really, really easy. And, it makes life so much easier when you're a woman in business and, you feel confident and you have mental clarity and focus, and things are just done with ease and flow. No more of this putting the roadblock up and doing everything the hard way. The easy way is the way to go. So if you want some help with that, contact me below, book a strategy call, and I'd love to have a chat with you and share some experiences with you and hear where you're at as well. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next video.